Hi girlfriends, and welcome to the final episode of Cup of Overflow. This is a bonus episode, but I wanted us to make sure we finish the series in February, so this is a special Sunday episode that we're hosting. And today I have a wonderful guest girlfriend who is going to be talking to me about empowering women. So today we're featuring a good friend of mine, Mmabatho Makotanyane, and she's going to be talking to us about empowering women because it's a topic that she stands for and hosts many sessions about. We just come from one actually yesterday called Her Worth, where she featured various women to talk about different aspects of women empowerment, and we're just going to be taking that topic forward today and closing off the Cup of Overflow series. Hi Mmabatho, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for inviting me, Videtza. I feel so honored and so humbled.
So here's the first thing I wanted to find out from you. Why is women empowerment so important?
I'm so honored that you are talking about this subject because I think more conversations like these ones have to be had so that we have more women in the leadership roles. One writer once said, the higher you go, the less women there are. So now when we have women empowerment sessions, we are saying let us have more women taking leadership roles. Let us have women who are supported in business. Let us have more women who are supported in skills development. And when we say skills development, we are not talking about skills that are best suited for women, but skills that women love, women prefer. We want their abilities, their capabilities to be seen. And people should move away from this thing of saying because you're a woman you don't deserve to be here, because you're a woman you deserve this type of salary. Women empowerment means looking at what I'm good at and rewarding me for that. Do not put me down because of my gender.
So I mean, obviously we have unfortunately had to live with the stigma of women being less than, because of us living in like a patriarchal society and all sorts of things. So how do we then start to take down those barriers that are, stopping us, the obstacles that are stopping us from being empowered, from being able to then say, just because I'm a woman doesn't mean I can't do this or I can't do that. How do we start taking down those barriers?
We must start by saying that let there be equality. Let us close this gap of inequality because it's so big. And we can do that by hosting women empowerment sessions. We can do that by having job opportunities for women. We can do that by having conversations like these ones. Because I believe strongly so that when people talk, that's when creativity comes. And when creativity comes, that's when we see ideas. And when we see ideas, we want to see those ideas being implemented and we do something about it. And when we talk about women empowerment, we don't just want to have conversations, but we want to put theory into practice. Let us see what we are talking about. When we're talking about empowering women to be economically independent, what are we doing? What tools are we giving these women for them to be economically independent? There's someone who once said that when women take care of themselves financially, there will be less violence or abuse against them. We are not saying women are abused because of they're not financially independent. There are women who are financially independent
but still get abused.
Yes, but we are not going to have a lot of women staying in abusive or toxic relationships just because a man provides. Or should I leave this toxic relationship? I won't have someone who's there for me economically. But you will know that, you know what, I deserve better. I know my worth. I am not going to stay in this miserable situation because someone is giving me something. And there's a quote that comes to my mind right now that says, he who feeds you controls you. So now we don't want people who control us because we get something from them. That's why we need to be empowered. We need to stand our ground. And we need to say, you know what, even though you are not there for me, I can still be there for myself. We need that.
That's so important. Sure. But I mean, obviously then there's women out there that are like, okay, I understand what you're saying, but how do I then start? How do I take the first steps to lead me in that right direction? How do I know what my worth is? Where do I start to then say, I know I'm worthy because of this? Like, where do I start?
Let us allow ourselves to be surrounded by people who are up there. People are great examples. Let us have women we can say, she has conquered that. I'm suffering from this, or I have the same challenge that she does or she had, but then she has conquered.
So for women that then maybe have a low self-esteem and they want to start building their self-worth, what steps can they then take to start that process?
You know what, I always find affirmations as very important things to do. If you stand before the mirror all the time or very often and say, I am worthy, I am good enough, everything I touch turns into gold, I am important, I am a success. That is how it starts, whispering hope in your life, speaking life into your life. That is what you need to do. Yeah, that's the start.
Yeah.
And also when you go out there, having said that about yourself and to yourself,
then you start to act it.
Exactly.
You attract it as well.
Yes.
And you attract it. That's so important to hear about how you attract energies.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's also very important for one to have a mentor. To mentor you professionally and personally, someone to coach you, someone to lead you to the right direction. Sometimes you know where you want to go, but you don't have that clear vision. But then to have someone who says this is the way, I think that's also very important. And also when it comes to things like that, having good negotiation skills can also help. And other mentors are good at
giving you that kind of advice.
This is what I'm worth. But how do you go about to get that or to prove that? Working or improving your negotiation skills, talking confidently, so to say, this is my worth, and also your work showing.
And sometimes also dressing the part helps, right?
Yes, dressing. If you feel good, if you look good, you feel good. Yes. There are those people, if the room is quiet and she comes, you just go, you know what I'm saying? So being able to have that, attracting that, even before you say a word. This can be how you talk. This can be how you walk, how you dress. Having that impression.
So even if you don't believe it at that point in time, just starting to do those affirmations, starting to dress the part, starting to almost talk the part, you're gonna fake it until you 100% believe it for yourself.
And also there are very good speakers, very good business women. If you can just make YouTube your friend, and look at how people talk about themselves. Having a role model is very, very important. Yes. And then imagining, I always talk about the law of attraction. Sometimes just imagine yourself as a speaker at FNB Stadium. Imagining people looking at you. How do you sort of do that? It to start with you. In that private room, saying, "Good evening. This is Mmabatho. This is Mmabatho." That is where it starts. Believing in yourself. That is very, very important.
So just those baby steps.
Yes.
Baby steps until you get to the finish line and actually start believing in yourself.
Exactly.
Sure. All right. What has been some of the biggest lessons you've learned in your own walk to empowerment?
You are not alone. Each time I host a women empowerment session, I have speakers who, when they come into the room, you think, oh, their lives are so together. But as soon as they talk about their challenges, you start to see that, wow, there really are women who have conquered, but they are not going to throw themselves a pity party. Do not do that, honestly. Don't throw yourself a pity party for people to come and nurse you. Walk there confidently, because you are not your problems. And another thing that I've learned is that I read this in the Alchemist, one of my favorite books. That when you talk about something passionately, the universe is going to bring people in your direction to help you. I've had I've had powerful women who come to my sessions, and every time I approach a woman to say, please come and speak, they're always very excited. It is as if they were like, oh gosh, I'm waiting for somebody to approach me. It's always that. And the fully booked women empowerment sessions that I always host, and that said, Mmabatho, there are women who are hungry, who are thirsty for these words. There are women who need to hear this. So every time we come up with a theme, we ensure that there is a speaker who has went through that, and they are there to whisper hope in the lives of other women.
So it's someone that obviously is going to be talking from experience, which makes
exactly. Now, when I talk about divorce, it means you have went through that.
Yeah.
When I talk about losing a child, you have went through that. So, yeah.
Sure. Okay, so tell me more actually about the type of topics you guys discuss in the sessions.
Okay. The other one, we have discussed a lot of things. I mean, you can imagine, I started from 2014 hosting women conversations.
Wow, so it's been 6 years of doing this.
Exactly. Wow. So some of the topics that we've held is taking off the mask. You know, sometimes you are wearing a mask, and because it's not really you, it's a facade. It has a way of coming out. Correct? Because that is not who you are. So take off the mask. If you are breaking down, show it. You know, there's someone who's going to be there to say, gather yourself together. You know, giving you that words of encouragement. We are not saying walk like you are. Showing your problems to the world. No, but be able to be yourself, to say, I'm in need of help. And there are people who are going to be there for you. The other one is be still. You know, sometimes we are in a hurry for God to open doors of prosperity for us. You know, and what we should understand is, when you understand time and season, there's no need for you to envy everyone. We see our friends from high school or wherever flourishing on social media. It is their time. It is not your time yet. Be still, because God is going to answer. When the Bible says also that His plans for you are not to harm you, but to help you to prosper. Just be still. Another one was the power of forgiveness. We have posted this recently. You know, in forgiveness, there is power. When you forgive other people, there comes a balance in your life. You know, your health is restored, your dignity is restored, your peace in your life is restored because you've forgiven the next person. And I always say that, I read this somewhere, that unforgiveness or holding a grudge is like drinking poison and expecting the next person to die from it. You are the one who's holding it. You're the one who's dying.
You're the one who's dying.
Exactly. So be at peace. Do you understand? And the other one that we posted was sparkle like champagne, darling.
Sparkle like champagne.
Sparkle like champagne, darling. You know, when you pour champagne in a glass, there are those bubbles. So now be bubbly, be energetic. You know, show that to the world. And also, everywhere you go, live a little sparkle. You know, Empowered women, you know, empower women. So it's very rare to have an empowered woman who is jealous of another, someone who is suffering from pull her down syndrome. We don't want to associate with people who are suffering from that.
That's a really big issue among women.
You know, people who compliment you and say, but there is a problem there. But exactly. We don't want that.
Exactly.
We want women who are confident enough and not intimidated or threatened.
There's no need to
by other women. Yes. Do not do that. It's either you say positive and kind words to others, or you don't.
Or you don't say anything at all. Exactly. But people, especially now with, you know, social media, because they are hiding behind a phone or hiding behind a laptop or whatever, they feel like they can say the most horrible things to other people, you know, without any repercussions.
Exactly.
So that's also another barrier that you know.
Cyberbullying is the worst.
It
Exactly. It's the worst thing of them all. I think these days you must develop a thick skin.
You're forced to do.
You are forced to
thick skin.
Yes. Develop a thick skin. Have that defense mechanism so that when someone starts, you know, talking to you like they fell from the sky, you're like, hey, you are not going to talk to me like that. We should have boundaries. People are allowed to talk to us, to tell us the truth about ourselves, but the manner in which you say them. Show me respect, because I need that. Yes.
So you've definitely empowered yourself and surrounded yourself with women who share the same type of values, the women who want to also share knowledge and also help women. Well, you've given us so much information, and I think there's still so much more that we need to, you know, unpack and continue to talk about. This is definitely the beginning. This may be the last Cup of Overflow series, but it's definitely the beginning of a longer conversation that we're going to have with a lot more women, you know, a lot more sessions. So thank you so much for coming through, and I just wanted to just give us your final thoughts, closing statement on this topic that we have been discussing so much today.
Let us continue having good, you know, fruitful productive conversations about women empowerment, let us not forget those 20,000 women who marched the union building for their voices to be heard, because they have paved a way for us, so that today we can be CEOs. Let us continue to whisper hope in the lives of other women.
I love that. That's my favorite thing you said this whole day. Whisper hope.
Whisper hope.
Yes.
You know, let's do that. You know? Let us say good things about other women. Let us not shy away from doing that. Let us continue other women about how good they are. Let us have these conversations. I hope you do not stop having these talk shows, because they're needed. We think that we must not forget. You know, I've learned recently that your network determines your net worth. Each time, ask yourself: the people that I'm surrounding myself with, are they adding value in my life? Are they helping me grow? Are they developing me? Are they empowering me? Is this the person who can say, this is how you write your business proposal? Is this the person who can say, there is a job opening, apply for it? Mmabatho, I've identified some potential in you. I think this business deal can be good for you. Are they helping you? Do you have to question yourself when you are with these people? If that's the case, then ask yourself questions. Do I stay or do I go?
Do I stay or do I go? Mmabatho, you've loaded us here. You've loaded us up. I'm so glad. You came through. I'm so glad you're actually our final guest. I think it's, you know, the information and the knowledge that you've just shared will definitely help people empower themselves, to help me empower myself as well, you know. And we're definitely going to carry on with these talk shops that we keep having. I think people are loving them. So,
and attending our women empowerment sessions.
And let's attend Mmabatho's women empowerment sessions. They happen every 3 months now.
Yes. This one for the first time is going to be a weekend-long women empowerment session. We call it the Bushfire event. We are going to be having 7 different speakers who are going to be addressing different types of topics, from life after divorce, you know, single parenting, co-parenting, you know, building a brand and how you excel in it. And I'm so glad that all our speakers have confirmed and are going to be part of these much needed women empowerment sessions.
Fantastic.
We hope to see their darlings.
Darlings will be there, won't we? All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This is, of course, the final episode, as I have said, in the Cup of Overflow series. But we will continue to have more talk shops. We will continue to host more people who are going to come through and chat to us about life, about love, about everything in between. Thank you so much for joining us. You know, it's been such an amazing session. I'm so happy that you were my last guest on this series. I know that I've promised guys to have part 2s on some of the other topics, so please let us know if you also want a part 2 in this topic. We're going to make the sessions a little bit bigger, of course, feature more ladies at a time. And if you guys also want to feature, let me know. Don't forget to comment in the comment section and comment on all 4 videos before I announce a winner later on this evening on Instagram for that delicious lint hamper. But otherwise, from Cup of Overflow, this is me signing out. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you back on Wednesday now when I'll post our next upload. Bye.